But we begin the show with how pitchers control pitches from the hill. A lot of it has to do with how the ball sits in a pitcher's hand. Pitchers grip the ball in different ways, and that specific grip is what gives them the good ball movement they are looking for from the mound. It's the way a ball sits in a given hurler's hand, and with that grip comes better comfort no matter what pitch he may be throwing. For some pitchers, the grips they've had for certain pitches haven't changed for years.
Nah, I'm a four-seam and two-seam guy, so I usually go four-seam most of the time to the left side of the plate, outside to a righty, and then two-seam to arm side or away from lefties.
When I was in high school, I gripped everything the same, you know, so my curveball, everything, fastball, everything was in the same slot. When I got to Cleveland, I got with Carl Willis, and he really taught me how to throw a four-seamer, two-seamer, and that's when my velocity went from 93 to 97 to 100 when I was younger. But since I've got those grips in Cleveland, I've stuck with them. I haven't changed anything, and they've been the same circle change, two-seamer, four-seamer. So.
Swing and a miss, he got him. And that's what Kelly brings to the party.
My slider obviously is a different grip, and I do different things with it, but with the same grip.
Some pitchers may prefer to keep their grip simple, so as soon as they grab the ball through force of habit over the years, their hand is automatically in the desired position to throw a particular pitch.
I throw one fastball and a curveball and a changeup, and the grips don't really change. They've been the same grips I've used for a long time, and for me, it's just, it's like second nature. When I put my hand in my glove, I can get to that grip really quickly. I really haven't changed grips in the past 8 or 9 years. I've really held my fastball and curveball the same way. The changeup something I've kind of added since I've come to pro ball, and since I've started throwing it, I haven't really changed the grip. I try to keep a nice four-seam rotation on it, and hopefully it fools the hitter.
Some have different variations to their fastball, throwing two-seam or four-seam fastballs for various effects. It's still the same pitch, a fastball, but with different movement, all according to grip.
For me, I'm a four-seam guy, and I throw a four-seam all the time. Now, when I throw the ball down in the zone or in on a righty or away on a lefty, sometimes I will get a little bit of a sink, like a two-seam, just from creating a good angle and staying on top of the ball. But yeah, a lot of guys go two-seam, four-seam. Depending on the situation, they'll like to sink it back to a lefty, start it at their hip, or run it off the plate, or run it in on a lefty's hands.
I use multiple grips to throw four-seam, two-seam. Depending on what you want to run or get a little cut on. Obviously, Mariano had the great, he had a four-seam cutter. Never gonna change, and he never did change. But you can change the way or the pressure points that you put on the ball to make it do different things, and hopefully you have a little success with it.
Right now I'm just focusing on throwing a four-seam fastball, I used to throw a two-seam fastball before, but, now coming out of the bullpen, I try to focus more on that.
But then again, there are times when a pitcher may want to toy with different grips to create movements that a hitter is not used to when facing that pitcher time and time again.
We work on it, but I'd rather enhance what they do well. If it's a four-seam fastball that they have more success with, let's find out how to use that and use it 4 quadrants where it becomes 4 different pitches, rather than fight your way through trying to teach a two-seamer where it affects every other pitch they throw. You have to be careful with some of that. Left-handers tend to throw a two-seamer more naturally. For whatever reason, I still can't explain it to this day. I don't know if it's the way the earth revolves. I don't know. There's something out there, but they do. Right-handers, you try it and see where it might get to. A lot of times you end up just, let's do something else, cut the fastball, go four-seamers and use the 4 quadrants.
Will look like a slider and a good one.
The more important thing, I think, rather than having different kinds of pitches. So I try to make sure that each of my pitches are effective.